Hi, this is Russ Crowley and welcome to the One-Click Email Marketing Product Walkthrough. In this video, I'm just going to walk you through the three products, and I'll start with our front-end one-click email marketing application. Now, this is just a part of the front-end products. We've got more than this, but our flagship one-click email marketing product is a Microsoft Word application, which is developed and been created specifically for email marketers. It makes creating 7-piece, 10-piece, and 21-piece email sequences both simple and easy by harnessing the power of Microsoft Word. So without further ado, let me quickly demonstrate the Word application. Now I've got Microsoft Word open here, and then I click on One-Click Email Marketing Personal. And then it will launch in Word. And as you can see, we have this very simple form. When we put in the autoresponder sequence title, now for the purpose of this, I'm just going to type in one-click demo. Now I can pick 7-piece, 10-piece, or a 21-piece sequence. And then I select my signature, and I'll just put in my name, it's as good a name as any, and then the product URL where we want to send people in our call to action. Now you may or may not know this, but you should really be keeping this product URL consistent across your entire sequence. But again, this is something that we cover in one-click email marketing and the bonus products. Now once you've entered this information, we assume you're going to create more than one autoresponder sequence, so you can click on Save, which will save these details to a text file. And then similarly, if you've saved the text file, click on Load to load the text file. It just saves you a few seconds. In the client version, there is a couple more branding boxes down here. So again, it just saves a few seconds each time. Now, once you've done this, all you need to do is click on the Click to Go button. And then your 7-piece sequence is created for you in the background. It takes a few seconds, as you can see. And then once it's done, if you look in the navigation pane on the left, then it gives us our sequence. Now, file is saved automatically for you, and if you look in the top there, you can see one-click demo. That was the AR sequence title I put in. 7-piece, that was the 7-piece I selected, and today's date in year, month, day formats. And then on the front page here, we've got a repetition of the details that we entered, including the author's name and the email address. And I put the email address in there wrong, so I would need to change that. That's a little bit of a slap on the wrist for myself, but when you're recording things like this, it happens. Now, straight after the front page, in all the sequences, we have the template instructions for each sequence. So for the 7-piece, obviously, we have this, similar instructions for the 10-piece, and again for the 21-piece. And then once we've read that, then we're into the emails themselves. Now, if we look into the navigation pane on the left, the navigation pane is a hugely powerful feature in Word. For the purposes of email marketing, now we're just interested in the 7 emails for this particular sequence, and as you can see, it's telling us what each email covers. So the first email you'll get, as you know, or as you will know for your own email list, when someone signs up, they need a confirmation email. There's not a lot you can actually do with that confirmation email, but we cover it here. And as you can see, we've got the blue explanatory text here. Now, if I click on one-click email marketing menu here, we have a guidance text button. If I want to hide that and show it, I can by clicking on that. And similarly with the navigation pane, if I want to hide and show. But at this stage, we don't want to do that because let's assume that we're just beginners. Now we read the instructions of what we've got to do. Again, for the confirmation email, both you and I know that this is the email with which you can do very little, but you have to have the from address and you have to have the subject line. And if I come back to the navigation pane, let me just expand the levels again. You can see we have the subject. So we would double click on that, and then we would say, I'll just put in insert subject line here. And as I'm typing it, if you look over on the left there in the nav pane, you can see what the subject line covers. And then we come down and read the guidance text, subject line, and then we have to insert your from address, which would be which is very straightforward. So I would just put in Russ at, I've got UK and US keyboards, and it's sometimes difficult to see which one I'm actually using at the time, Russ at oneclickemailmarketing.com. And that's pretty much all you can do with a confirmation email. And then below this, we have the opens and clicks. Now, This is something that's very important in email marketing. You need to track your numbers. If you're seeing that you're getting lots of opens but not very few clicks, that can tell you one thing. If you're not getting very many opens, but of the opens that you do get, you're getting lots of clicks, that tells you something else. And we cover this in the user manual, and we also cover this in List Building Explained. But I'll come on to that in a moment. Then we come on to the next email. So hey, did you pick up the report? So now we read the guidance text. Now is the time to deliver the attractive marketing device you promised. Now, attractive marketing device, we cover that in List Building Explained. And as you can see here, we have point 1, we have point 2, and point 3. And so for point 1, thank your new member for joining your list. Tell them you're looking forward to having a conversation and helping them achieve their goals. So as you can see, this is precise instructions on what you need to do. So double click to delete this text and then start entering your text. Thank you for signing up, ... And then you would put in point 2. Here is the incorrect email address that I entered in the front form. I got it wrong completely there, didn't I? So there you go, there's a little bit scrappy. So then we would double click to enter the second point. And then for the third point, originality from myself here, as you can see, insert the third point here. And then once the emails are done, then you can read through by hiding the guidance text, or you can read it through. Make sure, read what the tips are, read what the guidance is, and then make sure that you're doing this. Of course, when you're more familiar with writing email sequences, then you might not need the guidance text, but the handy tips are there to help us. And then we go through and then write the entire 7 days of emails. And then once you've finished writing the emails, then you can hide the guidance text, and then you can log into your autoresponder sequence, copy the subject line, paste it into a new message, copy the body, paste it into a new message, and then test your links, test your message as you would normally do. If you want to print it out, then you can print it out with the guidance text by clicking on this button, or with no guidance text by clicking on the no guidance text button. So you can read it with the blue help text or without. So you can proofread, you can edit, you can do everything that you like. And again, you can do this with a 7-piece, you can do this with a 10-piece, and you can do this with a 21-piece. When you start getting some data back, then you can insert your opens and your clicks. So let's say you get 56 opens and you get 28 clicks. And as you can see in the navigation pane, it's very, very visible. So if you get 55 and 25, 38 and 32, then your subject line would need some working out here. But then this gives you a very, very visual method. We also provide an Excel spreadsheet where you can plug these figures in, and it will give you the graph so you can see how well you're doing and see at a glance where your emails are working well and similarly where they aren't working well. And that's One-Click Email Personal. And as I say, with the personal license, you can create email sequences for your own products, for yourself basically, for anything that you do for yourself, but you cannot do it for others. For that, you will need the client license, which I'll come on to in a moment. But I'll just go back to my PowerPoint. So there we have the One-Click Email Marketing Word application. Now, the front end also includes the List Building Explained report. Now, this is a 30-page report which explains email marketing for both online and, more importantly, bricks and mortar businesses. It's aimed at beginners, but there are nuggets in there for even the most seasoned email marketing pro. Believe me, even if you're an intermediate or advanced level email marketing, then there are going to be nuggets in there for you. The way Conrad teaches this is extraordinary. It really is good. And even if you think you know about something, I'm sure he's going to get you to look at it from a different angle and, in a different perspective. It really is solid gold. And this report is delivered as a PDF download from within the members area after purchase. Upsell number 1 is the One-Click Email Marketing Beginners Coaching Course. And again, this builds on the front-end product. Now, with the List Building report, the List Building Explained report, and the reports and the Word application, now that's a complete product in itself. But of course, if you really want to get down and get down and dirty with learning all this and learning it quickly and having an expert at call, then you need a coaching course. I've got this down as a 16-week coaching course. I think it's actually a 10-week coaching course or a 12-week coaching course. I'll just have to confirm the dates. But it's starting on the 14th of September, which is the day after the launch ends. And as you can see, we have the 10 modules: the power of email marketing, the magical power of list building, and so on and so forth. In there are 2 critique weeks in module 6 and module 8, where people can send in the work that they've done, and then Conrad will critique it either live for some, but of course, given the time is at a premium, then he can do the rest via email or as agreed with the individuals themselves. But it's a fantastic course. It covers everything. And if your customers are really serious about making a difference with their email marketing, then the beginner's coaching course is the one to be on. Now, the price during the launch is starting at $60. Let me just go back there. Mouse is going crazy. Now, the price during the launch, now we're starting this at $67. Again, that's the starting price. Now, we did have different price points, but then we decided to change it and move this to a dime sale of plus $1 every 3 sales. Now, we've got a maximum of 300 customers because it is a coaching course. And there are live calls, and with what we're covering in the time we're covering, we cannot deal with more than 300 customers. I mean, ideally we'd like to reduce that, but we thought 300 is going to be a good start. So based on that dime sale, then that's going to add $100 to that price by the time we get 300 customers on board. So we're looking at $167 that you could be making 50% of, which is $83.50 less JVSU sales. So it's a really good one to promote to your guys, because as we say, this is for online marketing and bricks and mortar type marketing, because it's about building the conversation. It's about nurturing the relationships with your customers. So it's going to be applicable to everybody. And upsell number 2 is the professional license to the front end product. The front end product is for personal use only. You can only use it to write your own email sequences, your own marketing sequences. Whereas the Pro license allows you to write email sequences for customers and clients using our software. Now, our software really does make learning to write email sequences very, very easy. And given the price of this professional license, it's going to go up after the launch. They might want to get it in now in preparation for later on. It's a possibility. But when you consider that Conrad charges $700 for a 7 or a 10-piece sequence, at $67, this upsell is a steal. And that's our funnel. And if you have any questions for us or would like to contact us in relation to the launch, then please use affiliates at oneclickemailmarketing.com email address, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't been through the sales flow video, then if you can take a look at that as well, that will add to what I've covered in this video. And once again, thanks very much for watching. Thanks again for showing an interest in one-click email marketing, and we thank you for your promotion. Bye for now.